Oh, good morning, Kelsey. How are you
Good morning,
today?
Mrs. Bianca.
Hello. I know you're here today because some of your parents and teachers have a couple of concerns about you, and I think you might know why you're here today. But do you want to share something, or let me know?
Well, I mean, are you going to talk to anyone about it, or?
I just want you to know that anything we say in this room is confidential and it's classified between me and you. And if you were to say anything that were to, put you in harm to yourself or other people, then I would have to break that confidentiality and let other people know. But if, you just want to talk and share, your experiences, that stays here between us.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, since you already know, I guess it's fine, but I've been drinking a lot lately, and my parents and teachers are all upset about it, and I kind of get why, because my grades are going down, so I understand why they're concerned, but it's just kind of hard for me. So, yeah, I would say that. I would guess that's why I'm here.
Yeah, that's pretty much why you're here, but I know that we're going to work together to figure out some ways to, deal with some of your coping skills that aren't necessarily appropriate, but also in our sessions we'll be able to talk about what things have happened in the past or right now that are causing you to want to drink. Before we go into it, what do you think you want to accomplish from these sessions that we're going to have with each other?
Well, I think I just want to find a way to get my grades higher and kind of back on track, and maybe find a way to feel like I don't have to drink. Because right now it sounds weird, but I feel like I have to do it, and maybe just make it something that I want to do, or I just don't want to feel like it's something that I need to do to get through stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So if you were to wake up tomorrow and let's say a miracle happened and everything was changed, what do you think that miracle would look like, especially with you saying that, you want to have better grades and you want to change?
Well, yeah, I think that's what it would be. I think my grades, if it just was an instant miracle, my grades would be back to where they were, really high, and I'd be able to, get into the colleges I want to get into, and I would still be able to have fun while having good grades and not drinking as much.
So your miracle would be to excel in class, kind of like what you were doing before, and then to still have relations with your friends and not have to, go to drinking to solve some of your problems. I think that's a really good miracle. So what do you think would happen if, everything was changed because of the miracle that you were experiencing, or, like you said, like your grades are going up and you were drinking less? Who do you think would notice that change in you?
I think the first people to notice would be my parents and my teachers. I think my friends would notice a little bit, maybe. My brother and sister would notice too. I think those are the main people who would be able to tell.
People that are very close to you.
Yeah,
people that are close in your life. What do you think they would notice first?
Well, I think my teachers would notice that I'm getting work done and that it's kind of where it used to be. I think that I have new teachers who don't know I'm a good student, really, and they would notice that I am actually a good student and that my grades are better.
How do you think your friends, family, and teachers would respond to you when they see that change?
Obviously everyone would be happy. My parents would not be on my case as much and maybe would trust me more again and not nagging me or feel like they have to nag me as much. But I feel like my friends would think I'm lame a little bit. But I also think some of them would be fine with me being the way that I was before. So I think it would be a mix.
Would it bother you if your really good friends thought you were lame because you
stopped? Yeah, it would bother me because it's, it's high school and we're supposed to have fun and I'm having fun. So, yeah, it would bother me a little, but I do, now that I'm thinking about it, I do have a few friends that I don't think would think I was that stupid for doing it. So,
how would you then respond to them? So I know that you're going to get some positive feedback for not drinking, and then you're going to get some negative feedback from, like you said, your friends that call would consider it lame. What do you think some positive feedback you would get from?
I think my parents would be happy my grades are up, and like I said, I think that they would feel like they could trust me again, hopefully. I think my teachers would be really happy and would be more encouraging, maybe. And I think that some of my friends would like stop talking to me. Maybe one or two would like make fun of me, and I just don't want to feel like I can't be friends with them because of that. So,
you know, peer pressure is very hard, especially when you're in high school. But I like how you're already realizing how you can change and knowing that it's not going to be as smoothly as you want it to be.
Yeah.
But it is, you're able to change if you really want to.
And that would be part of my miracle too, is that it would be easy.
That would be easy.
Yeah.
Yes. And miracles are, I mean, they happen overnight, but sometimes it takes a while for you to put your effort into it and to see some progress out of it. So when this miracle, if your miracle already happened, what would you already start seeing in yourself? If the miracle started, let's say tomorrow you woke up and you had a little bit of change towards that miracle, what would you start noticing first?
I think I would notice that I don't feel like I have to have a drink to get through school. That would probably be like, I would wake up and don't feel this like, I have to do this to make the day easy.
How do you think you could make that happen?
I don't know. That's where it's hard because, like, action-wise, I obviously just wouldn't drink. Like, I would just say I don't have to do this. But I still have this feeling where, like, school would be hard if I don't, or boring if I don't, or I get too stressed out if I didn't, type thing.
So do you think that's something we could work on with
Yeah,
you?
I think that's something I need help with is, like, when I'm feeling stressed, what I can do instead to make me feel calm and relaxed.
So you would say that there's two things that's kind of impeding you, which would be the stress of school and then your problems with drinking because of the stress of school.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of manage both right now.
I would agree with that.
Okay, so now that we know where we're going forward with, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 or 0 being the worst and 10 being perfect and you're at your best, how would you rate yourself today, right now?
I would say that I'm probably at a 2.
Okay.
Or a 3. No, 2. I'd say 2. Yeah.
Why do you think you're at a 2?
I think I'm at a 2 because, like how you broke it down real nice, like where there's like the two things, I'm still struggling with both of them, but I also know that I want to be better. So I feel like the wanting to be better is making me not a 0. Because I feel like there's times where I just don't care. Like, I don't care that my grades aren't that good. But I really want to get into college, and I'm just realizing that might not happen. So, yeah, I feel like that's what's making me better than a 0.
Well, the first step would be to learn to manage your stress and cope with, problems that you're gonna experience in high school. But then secondly, we're gonna also work really hard on your drinking, and it's not gonna be overnight, especially since you've been drinking a lot lately as your coping skill or tool, and we need to change that. And we're gonna have to develop some more tools that are more appropriate for you and more acceptable for you at your age. Back to what we were discussing before on the scale of 0 to 10, what do you think, how do you think you would feel if you were at a 10? Like, do you think you would still be drinking, or do you think that you
No, if I was at a 10, I think I would know exactly what to do when I feel stressed or overwhelmed, and I was doing it, and I would only drink if I wanted to, or, like not feeling like I have to. I feel like that would be a 10.
I think that's a really realistic 10 because, like we said, in high school, I mean, there's going to be peer pressure. There's going to be interactions where you may want to consume alcohol, and it's hard to stop. So I think having a realistic 10 is how we're going to achieve our goal today or in the future. So if there's anything else you'd want to say, let me know now before we end our session.
No, nothing else. I guess I just want to make sure no one's going to know and that, like, people aren't going to judge me that I'm, like, someone about this. But no, I think that's a lot. I feel like I already kind of learned a lot today.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that our sessions that we're going to have together, I mean, people will see you coming in here, but they don't need to know, and I will not tell anyone why you're here. And obviously your teachers and your parents are concerned, so they know that you're here.
Right.
And they're not going to let anybody else know of that.
Okay.
Everything's going to stay really confidential. But I want to say that I'm proud of you today, and I think that we've already gotten the first step, which was, being aware of your problem and knowing that you have two ways that you deal with it, which your problem is stress, and you tend to want to go to drink, and you're afraid of going to other people because you don't want to be seen as that kid that needs help. So now that you know that I'm here for you and that we're going to get through these things together, we're going to try to get to that goal of, getting better grades and not drinking as much, and also feeling like you can manage your stress when problems arise. So I feel like we're going to accomplish a lot of good things. And then a quick task that I want to see if we can start working today would just be maybe to think of ways that you can handle your stress that's not drinking. I mean, you might not be able to do them, but just kind of write down some ways. I could share some ways with you, or you could research some, but a lot of it is just trying to find as many tools you can, and then by looking at those tools, seeing which one you think can help.
So I can write them down even if I don't think it's something I know how to do. Okay.
Exactly. And then we'll go over them. So all you have to do is just kind of research some tools that people use that are very popular, or you think that might help you, and then we're going to try some of them. If they don't work and none of them on the list work, then that's fine. There's always something for you that's better than doing things that you've been doing before. We're going to find a solution. So cool. Thank you for your time. Thanks. And I know you need to head to class. So
all right.
I will see you next week.
See you later. Thanks, Mrs. Bianca.